Welcome to In Depth with Academia, where we dive into the heart of new research and classic scholarship, discovering what it all could mean for you and me. I'm Richard Price, CEO of Academia EDU, and as always, my goal today is to be your friendly, neutral guide through this journey. I want to help you reflect, not to persuade or endorse, so just think of me as your co-explorer here. Okay, so today's episode, wow, we have a real philosophical adventure. The paper up for discussion is actually book one in a trilogy called Life and Living Trilogy, Who Are We?, written by Suresh Soni, and right out the gate it asks the big question, who are we? I mean, it's not every day that a book tackles the entire meaning of life, consciousness and existence, right? But here we are. So, what is the core problem or question? In plain terms, Soni is seeking to unravel what makes us who we are, not just through the lens of biology or physics, but weaving together science, philosophy, cultural wisdom, and even ancient traditions. Why does it matter? Well, heck, if we're unclear about who we are, what's at our core, what drives us, what our purpose is, then everything from our daily stress to our sense of fulfillment is affected. Maybe you're someone with a very practical mindset, or someone who leans spiritual, or perhaps you just occasionally stare at the night sky and feel overwhelmed. No matter your background, the question, who am I and what's my place in the universe, pops up for everyone at some point. And if you're wondering, is this just another armchair philosophy session? Actually, no. Soni's approach bounces from contemporary cosmology, with all the talk of black holes and quantum physics, to the ancient wisdom found in Hindu, Jain, Buddhist, Christian and Islamic thought. I'll just say it feels like a whirlwind tour. 1 minute, dark matter and relativity. Next, cycles of reincarnation and the law of karma. It's a bit like sitting in a library with 6 different professors whispering in your ear at once. So let's talk key methods and findings. The book is less of a standard research experiment and more of a sprawling inquiry. It questions our sensory perceptions, tackles the mystery of space and time, and scrutinizes the interplay of observer and observed. There's a lot about how everything, matter, energy, even space itself, might be illusions shaped by our limited senses and our language. Soni notes that our knowledge is constantly evolving. What we call truths about the universe are sort of just well-tested interpretations, always up for revision. One fascinating idea that jumps out, at the quantum level, the act of observation helps shape reality. So, your consciousness isn't just a passenger, it's possibly a participant in creation itself. This is, by the way, echoed in some ancient philosophies, which see the self and the universe as two sides of one coin. There's a subtle challenge to the whole notion of chasing absolute final answers. Soni urges us to focus on asking richer questions, appreciating uncertainty, embracing not knowing as a form of wisdom. Kind of unsettling, but also kind of liberating, right? The digression part, okay, let me just say, while reading all this, I found myself staring at the wall behind my desk and thinking, is this wall here because I see it, or do I see it because it's here? Then I got distracted by my cat, who definitely does not care about epistemology. Anyway, the point is, sometimes deep thinking sends you off into the weeds, and maybe that's the hidden joy. Not every question needs a polished answer. As the book moves toward concrete, actionable insights, Soni swings back from wild cosmological speculation to human values, self-mastery, and the balance between spiritual and material pursuits. There's a call for self-awareness, for living in the present, for kindness, and for seeing daily life as part of some grand cosmic dance. There's also a warning, don't get stuck in dogma. Don't let anyone else do all the thinking for you. Explore, reflect, and take responsibility. For you, dear listener, what does all this mean? Maybe it's an invitation to look at your stress, or your sense of wonder, or your daily rituals, and remember that life is bigger, weirder, and more interconnected than it sometimes feels. Soni doesn't offer hard and fast rules, just a roadmap toward deeper questioning and embracing the adventure of simply being alive. Final thoughts? I'm just your tour guide. I'm not endorsing any single worldview here. Academic research and works like this don't hand us the answer. They hand us better questions, and that's what keeps humanity moving forward. So whether you're a scientist, a philosopher, a spiritual seeker, or just someone who likes long podcasts on your commute, I hope the question, who are we, gives your mind a little room to wander today. Thanks for listening to In Depth with Academia. If you found this journey valuable or just bewildering, share it, discuss it, take it for a ramble with your cat. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and remember, truth is a process, not a possession.